right, this is Dracy Dewar, and I am excited to be here for our 22nd episode of The Unwrapped Leader, where we get raw, real, and relevant in the new network marketing on how you can be a gifted leader in your business. Dracy Dewar from Australia.
And Teisha Dorianna from Canada.
Woo. Well, we are so revved up with our next speaker, the gorgeous Corliss Rassyle. Pardon me if I said it wrong. You're going to fix it for me there, gorgeous girl. But we have an amazing guest speaker. She's a 30-year entrepreneur. She has a life journey of purpose and leading by example. And I just can't wait to share more about this gorgeous woman. But before we get started, Teisha, do you want to give an update of our book tour that we've been doing and what's been going on with The Unwrapped Leader?
Yeah, for sure. So Dracy and I have been pretty busy this month. As you guys may have seen, we opened up 10 spots for our book training tour to deliver a free training for anyone with a team, with an audience. And we did end up reaching our goal and reaching out to 10 leaders, beautiful leaders, with our training and our 5 reasons to, or 5 what was it called? 5 ways to thrive. No, I'm saying this wrong. You guys
five things we should know, learn, and implement to thrive in the new network marketing.
It's funny because when you present this many times, you think you should remember what the title is. But of course, I'm having that brain fog right here on live right now. And that's the beauty of this beautiful live podcast. So we did fulfill our goal. We're very happy. And we just wanted to let you guys know and give you a bit of an update on that. So next up is the masterclass, and I will touch on that more at the end. But you know what? I don't want to keep Corliss waiting. I am excited to get to know her. I'm excited to hear her story. So I think we should just bring her in.
Let's bring her in. Let's show this gorgeous girl off. And I am going to ask her. There she is. So welcome, Corliss. We are so delighted to have you. And I just want to lead into this with saying something. Being a gorgeous small-time girl, like a small farm girl from Saskatchewan, like you have become a Canadian's inspirational, motivational speaker. You're a certified success principles coach. You do a Dare to Lead training. You've got a podcast that has over 100 episodes now, Conversations with Corliss. You're a best-selling author of Lead Your Life, on the how-tos to live with purpose and passion and confidence. Like, I just love all that conversation right there. And the fact that you have a real purpose to helping women break through their barriers and take them to their next level and lead by example. Like, you've started in this industry as an entrepreneur, network marketer over 30 years, and look what has evolved. So welcome. Thank you, Corliss. We just want to hear, how did you get started? Where is it taken? What's on your heart that you want to share with us? Like, I know there's 3 things why we wanted you to speak, and I'm just going to bubble you up here. We know that you have this humorous way that speaks from the heart and the how-tos. I just think that's awesome. Your energy gives everybody permission to be energized, and you're so relatable and real. So we thought you were just the perfect guest speaker for our podcast because you are in line with all of our values. So I just want to say special welcome and thank you.
Welcome, Corliss.
What a lovely introduction. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. So I think that when you say a beautiful introduction, or when you introduce me that way, I think, oh my gosh, I hear that all the time. I have so much energy, and I just put in like a 12-hour day on the road in meetings, doing all the things I love, and I still have tons of energy to be here with you. And sometimes people ask me, where do you get this energy from? And I can honestly say that if you align yourself with something that means so much to you, and you spend your life doing that work, you will feel a sense of energy. And every time that you kind of feel like you're falling back, just go back to remember why. Why is this important to me? What am I doing this for? Who am I doing this for? And it will pull you right back into that level of purpose and motivation. I often say that we find motivation with purpose. And if you can stay connected to purpose, your motivation will happen automatically. So hello, everyone. So the question for me, where do you want me to start, Dracy? Like,
Let's let the audience get to know you. Like, honestly, like, I just spent some time on your website. You got some beautiful videos in there. What a great way to get to know you. For myself personally, I met you on one of those jet boats in Hawaii at one of our national conferences. You were this stunning, blonde, beautiful bombshell, and you just oozed this energy right there and then. I also, witnessed, like, you succeed so well, top in your industry, you got gorgeous children, it's just been an amazing journey. And then you had your struggles, and I just love you to share that little bit apart. What transitioned you, because you're a young mom that had this career, and then you changed. And tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. I think it's important, first of all, that everyone knows that there's more than meets the eye. There always is. And everybody in all my years of coaching and mentoring and supporting people, that's the one thing I can honestly say that I've learned. I know for sure that people go through so many things. There's so many challenges, so many struggles. And there's, behind the smile, a lot of times there's a story, and I have one as well. So, outwardly it might look like, she kind of had it all together. And I did. I had a lot of good things going for me. I had a great career. As a matter of fact, my journey in network marketing really made me who I am today. I am forever grateful. Even if I would have done it for a short period of time, which originally I had intended, my goal was to do it for 2 weeks. I really mean that genuinely. It turned into a 38-year career. So obviously something changed in there. So if you're someone who's just getting started in network marketing, you're like, I don't know where this is going to end up. I only plan to do this temporarily. Just keep your mind open, because that's what happened for me. So I joined expecting that, I joined really for my own purposes. I really wanted it for me. I wanted the products. I wanted, the nice things in my home. I was not confident in who I was. I was just doing it for a temporary little stint. In that time, though, I started to, evolve, because I started meeting people, enjoying sharing the products with them. So the journey evolved from I did it for me to now I'm doing this with other people. But the real beautiful thing happened when people started coming in and meeting me and saying, I'd like to be on your team. I'd like to benefit from this business. And I started supporting them. So why I started isn't why I stayed. I started for myself. Why I stayed was because I found purpose in my life by supporting other people and growing their businesses and meeting their goals. And that's really what led me to a 30-year career. Now, having said that, though, after a couple of decades, I felt like I had kind of achieved everything I wanted to achieve. And it wasn't that I wasn't grateful. I was so grateful for everything. But sometimes I think that our journey is meant to lead us, like the things that are supposed to happen in our lives make us who we are. So I was doing this journey. I was growing in confidence. I was feeling a sense of purpose. I was contributing to other people. I was having my family. I was able to be home with them. I mean, there's so many good things. But then I started feeling like I'd evolved past it. And I felt this need and this kind of nagging feeling that I wanted to do more. And I didn't want it to always be associated with my network marketing business. So then I went back to the drawing board and I was like, okay, if this could be anything I want it to be, what would it be? And coincidentally, it was when my life actually fell apart as well. So my business wasn't lighting me up the same way as it was. My marriage came to a sudden and abrupt end. I suddenly find myself this single mom looking after 2 kids. I go from 3 kids. I forgot I have 3. I do have 3 kids. So, and it's like, I go from this big, beautiful dream life that I was feeling like something was missing. And then everything just came crashing down. And it was like, I don't know what I'm going to do now. And I go from this big, beautiful dream house to a 2-bedroom apartment with my 3 kids, literally had my office in the closet where you're supposed to put an apartment-sized deep freeze. And I thought it would be temporary. We ended up living there for over a year. Every night I'd make a bed on the floor. That was kind of the story. And, it was discouraging. It was humiliating. It was sad, but it turned out to be a dark time where I could actually reinvent. What do I want this to look like? And literally I went back to the drawing board of, if I could reinvent everything now, if I had the choices to envision a life that is exactly what I want it to look like, every day I get up and do work that matters to me, I get to contribute in a way that matters to me, what would that look like? So I was really asking myself really hard questions in that time. And that's what's led me here to starting my company, to coaching and mentoring women, to speaking from stages, to having a podcast, to writing a book. And oh my gosh, we're just getting started. Everything I do here. But really, my whole journey has led me to becoming the person that I am now that can step into this. And every day I have to remind myself that you got to show up and step into it before you feel ready. And that's what I've been doing. It's like every day it's just like, whoa, am I even ready for this? And it's like, damn girl, you're going to try and you're going to step into it because you got to be her before you become her. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. So you got something really big going on right now. Like you just, we do get a little sample and a test what you got coming up in the near future. Like you say, going big. So this is big before, you put bravery ahead of big. And I love that you lead with bravery. And I just really want to say that, we talk about knowing who you really are is power, but sharing who you are is brave. And you're doing such an amazing job being brave and sharing that. So tell us what's coming up in the mix and how amazing this is going to be.
Yeah, for sure. There's this quote that goes, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to act despite the fear. And that is, for me, so powerful when you come to level up, whatever it is that you want to level up, whether you're leveling up your business, whether you're leveling up, a relationship where it's like, this isn't suiting me anymore, whatever it is, you got to have the courage first. And you're not going to feel ready, but you got to make that decision and do it. And then suddenly it's not so scary anymore. So next year, I have been stepping into this vision of wanting to empower women and men on a whole nother level. I would love, that saying, I wish I knew then what I know now.
That was my yesterday's reel.
Oh, really? Yeah. I have a passion for, I wish I could transfer what I know now as an older person to younger people. And I figure if I can help the moms and the dads and they can take it to their children, then we're going to make a big impact and have a big ripple effect, right? So I've got this vision of having this major empowerment conference, and I've called it Lead Conference. And actually, we ended up naming it Lead Conference Canada. So it'll be branded as Lead Conference Canada. It is going to launch as the most unique and most first time kind of event for all of the country. And we're launching it right here in Saskatchewan, where I'm born and raised, so that everybody from outside the country can actually travel in, because there's an airport in Saskatoon. So I signed the contracts today, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous signing these big contracts and hiring all these major, incredible speakers that I can't even believe I get blessed to share a stage with. And as I'm doing this, I'm like, you know what? Courage isn't the absence of fear. It is the decision to act despite the fear. So as I go to sign these papers, I'm like, you know what? You got to step into it. You're never going to know what's on the other side of this if you don't step into it. So I'm stepping in, and I hope everybody comes along for the ride, because it's going to be a heck of a fun time.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I am so excited. And when I heard that, I was just like, that's amazing. And hopefully I can be a part of it. That just sounds incredible. And I had to write it down when you said, be her before you come her, and show up before you're ready. That's just so aligned with everything that I've been, preaching myself, and something that I had to learn in my journey as well. So I'm just curious, in your experience in the network marketing industry, whether it was at the beginning or middle end, whatever kind of seems relevant right now, what was one of your biggest obstacles in this industry? Maybe it felt like a big one at the time, or maybe what really was, and how did you overcome that? I just was curious about that. If there's anything that comes to mind with
yeah, you know what? There was so many things that it's almost like that's such a great question, because it's like, how could I possibly narrow it down to one? But I think the one is to really believe in yourself. Like, you have to believe that even if you don't know how, even if you're not sure that you can get there, even if the goal seems too big, you have to believe it's possible for you. And you have to believe that you're worthy and you're deserving. And that all begins with personal growth work, and really understanding yourself and understanding what it is that limits you, so you can kind of fall in love with yourself all over again.
Yeah. Just falling in love with the process, right? I feel like that's one thing that so many people forget about, and it's always about that end result. And when I get there, everything's going to be amazing. But I've had to learn too along the way, falling in love with the process is one of the most important things you could do, for sure.
And believe it's possible. Believe it's possible for you, not for everybody else. Even though it is possible for everyone else, you have to believe it's possible for you. And you have to have that kind of self-talk, and you have to get around people who believe in you and who encourage you and see you for who you can be, not necessarily who you are and where you are. So get around that to pull yourself up. Hey girls, I hate to do this on live stream, but literally I'm at 2%. I'm going to just plug in.
Okay,
Go plug in.
Plug in. There you go. While she's plugging in, I just really wanted to say that's really amazing is you got like so Corliss does this speak as a speaker. You talk about keys to confidence. You have a course on effective entrepreneur. And I also know that you lead with how to do a vision board. You got like a do-it-yourself vision board. That's your lead magnet on your website. Tell us about like to help somebody get started on their purpose journey. You start them somewhere, and I see that's one place. Talk about why you chose that, what that looks like, how our audience can go and get connected to it on working out the vision.
Yeah, like it is the first step. It is the first step. If you are someone who is like, I don't know what's next for me, I feel kind of stuck, I'm kind of blah, like what else is there? What I found in my own life, I've been making vision boards for 20 some years. And for some people, you might be listening and go, okay, that seems kind of wonky. Like, is it really that simple? But it's way more than cutting pieces of paper or pictures out. What it is you're tapping into your subconscious mind in a conscious way where you're like, this is what I actually want. You're going back to what is it that I dream about? You're asking yourself the questions and you're tapping into the power of visualization to literally get connected on an emotional level to your goals. So when you cut out that image and you think about why that's important to you and why you want to put that on your board and what that will feel like, that's when you actually start on the path towards achieving it. So where we begin in my coaching process is many of the women who come to me are like, I don't even know what I want anymore. Because that happens as we're living our lives. We go through this process of all these to-do lists and all these things we got to do. Things happen. We go through highs and lows, challenges, struggles. We lose ourselves. And if I was to say to you right now, what do you want? What's most important to you? You might be like, I don't know, or what's most important to me is my family. But what about you? What is it that is your heart's desire? What is it that you want to create in your life for your family? People can't answer those questions because we lose ourselves as we live our lives. So we go back to the drawing board by creating a vision of what it is that we really want to happen. Now, I have to tell you this story because it's so important, like to really drive this home. So in March of 2017, I was like, I'm going to start my company. I was like, I'm starting my company. This is the direction I want to go. I had something that was killing my confidence. And, you talk about like the keys to confidence. I teach a lot about that. But my confidence was being killed by the idea in my head that if somebody was to hire me as a coach, they'd be like, she's not qualified enough. That was something that was really stopping me. So I decided I'm going to go and get qualified. I need a piece of paper that says I'm qualified. That was going to make me feel more confident. So I go to the local tech school. I explore all the programs. And within the first hour of that meeting, I was like, I am coaching the counselor. For real, I am way too advanced for this. So I was like, okay, well, this isn't the path for me. So instead, I came home and on the center of my vision board, this was in March of 2017, I literally put a picture of Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, and Jack Canfield. So Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Success Principles. I put those three pictures on the center of my vision board, and I put, it's actually right here, highly educated. So highly educated in those three pictures. And I decided I would do a non-traditional way of learning. So what that meant to me, I don't know. When I put it on my board, I thought maybe I'd watch some YouTube videos, read a book. I don't know, right? I just put that on there. So shortly after that, in June of 2017, I'm driving down the highway listening to a Jack Canfield thing, and I'm recording notes in my voice recorder, and I got an idea for a book. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to write a book. I go home and I literally Googled how to write a book because I had no idea how to write a book. So I Google how to write a book and Jack Canfield's training comes up and I'm like, oh my God, this is it. I'm going to learn from Jack Canfield. So I go in, I end up buying his bestseller blueprint program to learn how to write my book. And through that program, they got to know me and I got invited to work with Jack Canfield in his home. So I got invited to come to his mastermind, work with Jack in his home. And I was like, shut the front door. There's no way. This can't be possible. No way. Are they really inviting me? What is happening? So I end up doing the application while I was at Unleash the Power Within with Tony Robbins. So this is in November of 2017. So like not even 9 months later, I'm at Tony Robbins at the Unleash the Power Within, I get through the interview process to be invited to Jack Canfield's home. And 2 weeks later, I was in Jack's house. So literally it happened in an 8-month period. I had no idea how that was going to work. Just by setting my intentions, visualizing it, seeing that I wanted to learn from these people, I aligned myself in a space for things to happen. Do you see why I believe in vision boards?
Wow.
Okay, final thing I need to tell you about that. I go to Jack's house. I meet him. I'm walking in. I'm shaking like a leaf. I'm like, I can't even believe this is happening. I can't believe I'm here. He tells me to go in and make myself at home. I'm like, for real. Okay, I'm going to go in and make myself at home. I walk into the room where we're going to be sitting, and I want to find the best seat in the house. So I choose this spot on the couch, right across where I thought I'd have the best view of where they'd be sitting, these amazing people. And Jack comes in and he says, interesting, you chose to sit there. And I was like, am I allowed to sit here? Is this like your spot? Or, and he said, well, no, but that's where Oprah sat 2 weeks ago when she was here. And I was like, no way. So it turns out my bum was where Oprah's bum is. So, maybe we're
Oh my goodness, what a story and what a connection.
So, vision board is where you want to start. It is, because you go back and ask yourself those questions and start to get connected to what it is that you really want. And that's why I have the free DIY starter kit on there, because I'd love to do, vision board workshops for everybody. That's not physically possible. So instead, I'll walk you through how to do it, how to prepare for it, how to create it, what questions to ask yourself. And then finally, the outcome will be that you'll have your own personal board that you can put on. I have 4 boards in my office right now. 1 right there, 2 right there, and 1 right there. That's how powerful this is.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, before the last question though, I just really wanted to say we are doing the Unwrap Your Brand Masterclass as our leading up. And the big part of it is, again, the 4 V's, what are their vision? What's their values? How do they use their voice and the visuals to capture their audience? And so why we just thought you would be such a great guest speaker, so you can help work out their vision for them. So they, before they come join the masterclass, that clarity is open their mind, and they are ready for what we have to give to them and help them to step into their presence and be the gift that we know that they have.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. I love the 4 V's. I love what you just said there. And it is the place to begin. So if they can create their vision and get into that, then they're going to be way ahead of the game to work through your program.
Wow. That's a heck of a story. Like, I just feel if you have an urge to put something on your vision board and you're like, I don't know why, I'm feeling this way to put this on there, I think just put it on there, because you could end up in the same seat as Oprah Winfrey. You never know. That is so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's on its way. And I wish you could see what I'm looking at right now. I keep glancing over there because when I talk about this huge conference that I'm going to hold next year, I legit have it on my board. And matter of fact, I had even taken a picture of a crowd and a woman standing on a stage that kind of looked like me. Not really. But then I cut out my brand and I put it on the screen that's behind the speaker.
Wonderful.
You can get so locked on. And anytime that I feel disconnected or feel like I'm not moving forward, my vision board helps me remember where I'm going. I can get centered on. I can look at those images and study them and go, wait, that's where you're going. It doesn't matter where you are. This is where you're going. Remember, stay focused on that. So be present to your life and enjoy the journey and love the process and be grateful for everything that you have. But you have a vision that excites you, and get passionate about your life and fall in love with it and fall in love with where you are and where you're going, so that you can feel that energy and show up every day as that kind of person that enlightens other people and inspires other people.
Yeah, absolutely. You've poured so much into our audience already. Thank you so much. I've been writing notes because I'm just like, this is gold. I love it. Thank you. One last question I have is, and I feel like you've answered it in so many different ways, but if there is anything else, what advice would you give to new business builders that are just entering the network marketing industry today? If there was something you could tell them or share with them that you haven't already shared with us, because you've
actually, I do have. That's a really good question, because I do have something. I think we're missing a piece here. So you have a vision and you know where you're going. But probably what helped me gain the most confidence was having small little goals that I could achieve, because it helped me believe. You see, this kind of comes full circle to my original advice, because you have a vision but it's where you're going. And a lot of times the vision is going to be big, and it's going to challenge you to kind of step out of your comfort zone. It's going to push you to do things that you normally wouldn't do. It's going to make you go past your fear, right? That it's going to pull you, which is exciting. But if you don't have those little tiny micromanageable steps that you achieve, you're not going to believe fully, right? You're not really going to be able to believe. So what you want to do is you want to set a small tangible goal, achieve it, and then go, damn, awesome, girl. Awesome, you did. And then put your hands up. I get everybody in my coaching seminars, they put their hands up, and then we go back and we pat our backs. And it's like, good job. You've done a great job. You just did it. And every small goal that you achieve, what happens is you start to believe, if I can do that, what else could I do? Mm-hmm. If I could do that, what else could I do? And then all of a sudden your vision doesn't feel so scary because you're actually walking towards it with bite-sized goals. So that's what I would say is the missing piece, is like take that little small minute step every time and achieve it and feel good about it and celebrate it and recognize that you're making progress towards the big picture.
Corliss, you actually there's a video of you on your website of you walking up the stairs, and that's exactly what you say. You don't necessarily need to see the staircase, just focus on that first step. You know where you're going, you're in the direction, and you know, it's really been fantastic. And I know you do your podcast, so we can hear so much more about you and all that. So I think that's really good. Tell us where people can find you, how they can connect with you. And I also wanted to just really give you huge kudos, because I just stumbled upon your actual Instagram channel or account and just been seeing you really be present on there and doing all these really brave things and just really connecting, giving value. And like, that's kind of what Teisha's been helping me with. And I'm now like kind of getting there, and you're just delivering such a great job. So just tell us where we can find you. And
I do have to say that I've started on TikTok, and I can't even believe how it's exploded. It's so crazy. It's so fun. Thank you, all you TikTok people. Like, one video hits 1 million, 1 views, another one 1 million. And I'm like, what? Now there's 2 more trending right now. I'm like, what is happening? This is so fun. But honestly, TikTok is so fun for me. So I just have a lot of fun there. But my social channels are at Corliss Co. So CORLISS CO. So Corliss Co. Now I want to tell you what the Co stands for, because people think it stands for company. It does, but it's all the things we do here at Corliss Co. So it's conversations, because we have conversations with Corliss. Okay, conferences, because we hold conferences. It's a connection, because we obviously connect people. Coaching. So the Co stands for all the things that we do. So I really do hope you'll check it out. My website is corliss.ca, CORLISS.ca. You can find me there. Pretty easy to find. It's a simple name. And last but not least, that's where you get your freebie, by the way, with the DIY vision board. So you can go there and grab that right now. And the podcast is Conversations with Corliss, and it's everywhere. It's on all the channels.
And I know you're off to Hawaii, and we're going to connect with you when you get back on that Conversations with Corliss. So you just have an amazing journey, and how exciting.
Thank
and
you.
We look forward to you doing the largest convention for empowerment in Canada.
So fun. I hope you all come. But you should really stay tuned. Actually, go to my website. Actually, can I give them the wait list? Because I want everyone to be in the know of when that launches.
Please.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, please do. Go onto the wait list. So the conference is not launching until March, but you'll be the first to know. You'll also get the lowest price. You'll be the first to know who the speakers are. And the conference is designed not just to be the professional speakers, but remember, there's the real life stories in there. This is going to be a very unique experience, very empowering, very purpose-driven project we're doing here. So if you go to www.corliss, CORLISS.ca, and then /lead 2023. So, 2023. So that's the year we're doing it. So lead 2023. So if you can go there, join the wait list. There's no obligation, obviously, but you'll be the first to know.
Well, we'll definitely make sure we put all those links in when we upload this on the podcast, and put it in the notes for that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. And Teisha?
Yeah, thank you so much just for pouring into our audience. I know that, one of the biggest things is always that mindset and how to overcome that in order to continue on in your business and to just find that purpose. So thank you for pouring into our audience. I just want to quickly recap. I wrote down a few things that just really stood out to me that I loved, and it's just staying connected to your purpose. And like, honestly, the best way to do that, I have my vision board as well, right in my office. I see it every single day. I just glance to the side and it's right there. And I just love the be her before you become her. I love that so much. And just showing up before you're ready, because if you're waiting till you're ready, you're never going to get there. Just step on the gas and do it. And you're going to become whatever whatever you're envisioning right now. Yes, get on that wait list for Corliss. And we are so excited to just see, continue on this relationship, see where it goes. And we just appreciate you coming on to our podcast. And once again, being, giving such amazing value to our audience. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you, honestly, for inviting me. It's my absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So as we wrap this up, Teisha, what do we want to tell our audience to do before we go?
Yeah, so we are still focusing on that Unwrap Your Brand Masterclass. It is a free masterclass that we are doing on November 5th in Canada and the 6th in Australia. I got that right?
Yeah, you did.
So right now we do have a little sign-up sheet. You guys can go check that out on our website, www.theunwrappedleader.com, and you can get signed up there for the masterclass. We are so excited to pour into you guys and just share our gifts with you. And last but not least, if you guys are watching live right now, make sure you guys let us know in the comments what was your biggest takeaway from today's episode. And also, of course, this will be posted on YouTube later. So if you guys are watching on there, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you guys always get notified when we put out a new episode. And once again, share with your teams if you feel that this would be of value to them. So thank you guys so much again for coming on, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Take care, girls.